going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. Happy holidays to everyone. Christmas yesterday. Happy belated Christmas to all y'all, man. We still got New Year's on the way. Maybe family's still around. So shout out to everybody. Hope everybody's good. But we had a lot of battles drop on Christmas, and obviously the one we will be reviewing today is Chess versus T-Rex. The homecoming battle that happened for a round, then it stopped happening, and now it happened again in its entirety in a much smaller room. I'll give my thoughts about that maybe a little bit towards the end or towards the beginning, somewhere in here. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like somebody benefited a lot from the changes setting in this battle, but good battle overall. Probably the best change for the competitive nature of the battle. Obviously, it's just telling you now, it's a good showing from both of them. And for those that haven't seen it, because it is on YouTube dropped from URL. Oh my God, the world's on fire. But we also did have a couple drops I'll mention really quick. Rum Nitty versus CJA on iBattle. Pretty good battle. I thought CJA gave one of his better performances he has, always working over there. Big one of the workhorses on iBattle. Rum Nitty giving what's probably going to be his last performance into the Lux battle, which could be a little bit from now. So last Nitty you'll see for a minute, but dope overall. I gave it to Nitty the first two rounds, but it's a close battle, you know what I'm saying? A guy gets a shot, Raps kind of doubled the time, but he did what he's supposed to do with the opportunity. And then there's Mickey Fax versus Averb. I thought it was pretty decent. I was able to review it and do my write-up for Let's Talk Battle Rap, obviously part of the team, man. So go to letstalkbattlerap.com if you want to see the write-up on that and many other battles that I do recaps for in written format, not just in the videos. But I had Mickey 30 in Verb. I'm seeing people give Verb the first and the third is really the argument. I'm not seeing it. A Verb was completely indirect. I thought he kind of mailed it in like that of a Verb kind of you saw in some of the caffeine rooms versus a Miss Hustle, a Tay Rock. And I know that since there's no crowd, it's funny because people say the big stages are the illusion. And that's what like kind of sways people. I agree with that in a lot of instances. But in these small rooms, when people say you have to listen, they just kind of like make it up like they're hearing something so complex. Like, don't get me wrong, the actual rapping by Verb was great, and we get points for that. But in terms of like the content, just because there's no one there, I'm hearing more clearly how indirect it is. Now, thank you. I was questioning if I was right before, but now I'm hearing it, and I know I'm right. Verb was barely rapping at Mickey Fax. So I had Mickey 30 in Verb, but not like a body or anything. It just was like a cool battle. But some people are calling it, a lyrical masterpiece. I don't know, man. Those are my thoughts, though, on some of the other Christmas drops. And then, in my opinion, what ended up... Oh, and then obviously Easy versus John Don dropped, which I've reviewed already. If you want to see that, I might tag that at the end of the video. But, like I said at the beginning, this is about Chess versus T-Rex. Without further ado, let's get into round one. So, starting off in the first round of this battle, weird first two, because of the way that it's already kind of been wrapped live, right? Like Rex and Chess already wrapped these first rounds. Now it's also reversed. So it's like they're not going to get the reaction because people kind of know the bars, the same type of reaction. And now Chess is starting the battle instead of wrapping at the bottom of the first. So it's kind of weird, at least for me to watch it first, knowing what was happening live. But it starts off with Chess, top of the round. He is an opener, kind of referring to the bottle. You threw a bottle. So a little bit counter ready, I guess, playing off the incident. He is a set the tone, like a revamped version of it. We all know his catchphrase, creative player, but I never looked at Rex is grown. And then you get into the material that he was winning with live. You had 12 skinnies. I was skinny with a 12 haymaker. The hit him with the spell bar was dope. The baby steps bar was dope. The cousin Harold bar I thought was pretty good. He's jabbing for the most part, but then it picks up the bulldog don't bark, it fetch. The math bar, all these variables will make it a problem to solve for X. The variables on either side, you got to flip them to solve for X. You know what I'm saying? I know me a little bit of math, so that was fire. The Rose in Harlem, Tiana Taylor, I thought that was dope. The shot of neighbor bar, I thought that was dope. You was a fake. You laughing at me for vomiting, real funny. You a fake gangbanger. At least the shit I'm throwing up is real, dummy. Jesus Christ, that was hard. The Girl Scouts, I got a box for all your neighbors. The Girl Scout cookies. Gets in this little flow pocket and he said, we'll have Rex running like Night at the Museum. Out of nowhere, Rex running like Night at the Museum. It's a different level of content for me in this first. And I think the Chess, this one I'm talking so much about, gotta blame Rex for kind of... mostly I look at Rex at fault for how he ended up in a smaller room than a big stage. I thought he was doing a lot. But Chess in the way he reacted, man, I think this first is a big stage moment, one of his best rounds ever if it goes down to big stage. Although I still think this is an elite round, but it just hits a little differently as a moment, as an energy snatcher. And wrapping at the bottom of the first. I just think that, and this is still a great round, which he won clear, which we're about to talk about, but could you imagine if you wrapped this on a big stage, man? And then Rex goes in the first, kind of opens with some chest bars, and chest just means I'm going to have a board game. Chest, it was the king got to protect himself. It was cool. It was cool. And then he said, you be throwing up, you can't stomach a dead body. Thought that was pretty dope. Chest, this ain't checkers. They can jump you back. I thought that was pretty dope. The retrospect, the Jordan retrospect bar, the treasure chest bar, it wasn't bad. They'll have you buried in sand if they don't treasure chest. We've heard a lot of like that bar, like like that bar right there. I've heard many of times. Rex spins the delivery on it. The brain, this head tap will make his brain hit the reset button. That's cool. My scammers are living single. Everything they Sinclair. I thought that was cool, and probably my favorite bar of his first. In art school, first grade, first time I drew a gun, it was the Art of War. I thought that was pretty clever. But I see some people saying, Rex edged the first. Like now it's in a small room and I can hear the bars. Like we talk about with Mickey and Verb with now that he's rapping through it here, I edge Rex the first. And listen, man, and for those that do that, I understand why y'all relate with Rex material, you know what I'm saying? The drug material, because you're doing them. You know what I'm saying? You're a user. Rex did not win this first round. It's actually a little bit better than I remember it on the playback, but what are we talking about? Chess, just like he was doing live, probably more dramatically, clearly won this first round. I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to debate with you. Don't ask me. There's no opinion to have. Chess won the first round of this battle very clear, and it was 1-0 Chess going into the second. Now going into the second round of the battle, and this is where the conversation definitely starts to pick up. Chess goes the Diddy Cassie, let's settle this quick. I thought that was cool. We've heard a lot. And of course, this current event bar, so what happens is that they're clever for the first 3 or 4, but then since it's a current event, you're going to get 22 of them in 3 events, and and then they're not fun anymore. But while the Diddy and Cassie bars are still hitting, that was pretty dope. The Rex plane terrorist hit, and then he gets in the nurse angle. Now this is funny because I believe it's known that Rex just wasn't never a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Imagine Rex going to nursing school is a ridiculous concept, but obviously the angle made it this far. But he does have good bars out of it though, and a lot of people use the nurse angle, so there's gonna be people it doesn't count, whatever. But he is the the problem URN has the whole URN bar. The difference between you and my gun, I ain't register shit. That was fire. Haymaker. I get why you a nurse. You've been around scrubs your whole life. Capsule peel wherever you RX like the pill. Saying, you went from a nurse in a hospital to a halfway house. I guess you was using those drugs. Just like y'all that's giving Rex the first round of this battle. But then he gets into RX bar. No games for the dinosaur. The clip come with an arc. That's going to go over a lot of people's heads. But Arc is actually like a game with dino, like a video game. It's called Arc Revolved, I believe. I haven't played it, but I've seen the ads for it before. The no games for dinosaurs clip come with the arc. I thought that was pretty clever. A good reference, out there reference. The Beast Boy shape shifting. I'm a beast boy. Don't get me to shape shifting and T building like a Teen Titan. So obviously, Rex playing off a little bit of the nerdy bars here, which I'm fucking with. That was fire. The Stegosaurus. You ain't a Stegosaurus. I'ma rob you, and you not a Stegosaurus, Rex. So there ain't no getting your plates back. The Stegosaurus got the plates on the back. This is a smart ass second, man. The neighborhood. They don't care about neighborhood. They just want wave back. You know what I'm saying? The neighborhood wave back bar was fire. Tia Tamara, the sister. Tia looking Tamara's. That was crazy. And he ends on this Toy Story scheme, which I thought was pretty good. At first, I didn't like the first couple bars, but then it was the python. I really had a snake in my boot. I thought that was fire. So Rex's second is not as good as his first, but it is good. And then Rex goes in the second. Rex's second is amazing, bro. This build, they was trying to build chest. That's why they benched you. I like that. Weed so fluffy, they thought I put a Frenchie in a bag. I like that. the shot in the tooth and the heart will fuck both the chest cavities up. I think it's hilarious to shoot someone in the tooth, but I get what he's going there. You know what I'm saying? The chest cavity bar, I like that. The gender reveal, everything blue at the gender that blue at the gender reveal. It's a boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the gender reveal bars or whatever. Hammers from Missouri. They make it Illinois. I thought that was a little clever. I know it's a little ridiculous, but I kind of liked it. The shooter's message. You can't unsend them. Fire. Better drugs, and you can't overcook it like Jasmine Rice. Haymaker, bro. Rex is, this man said, smack, thank God, it's good that this ain't an Irving Plaza, because they would have given me tax time if I ain't the one they gave the W to. That was fire, and that would have went crazy in Irving Plaza. I can't lie to you, I thought Rex would have gotten smoked, but this second would have hit anywhere. I mean, it's an objectively great second round. The futon, my homie had a futon is selling. He didn't fold. The dude that he adore is gonna hold it when it's beef. I talk about Tay-Rock, you know what I'm saying, holding the door instant. We heard bars about that. I thought that was pretty clever though, considering Rex and them is the one that did it. My plan started with $30 like a boost phone, Rex blast, chest passes, fundamentals, shoot and then hide the arm like angry fan. I ain't gonna lie, I edged Rex the second when I watched this the first time. Now that I'm on like my second and third watch, I gave Rex a second clear, and I think Rex's second is elite. I think it is the best round. He's had a good battle, versus K this year, but I think it's the best round he's had this year, best round he's had in some years. And I was super impressed with Rex's second. I rewatched Rex's second all day, man. So I had it 1-1 pretty clear going into the third round. And this is where I think the battle really comes down to. I think both of them, they're not like bad thirds, but both of them have flaws in their third rounds. And I think Chess, he has the hoarder bar. The things I taught you. I thought that was cool. The not the mama bar, I thought that was TRex, not the mama bar. I thought that was the gentrification bar, dropping jewels in the I think it was like dropping jewels in the hood, like gentrification. The dinosaur little scheme he did with the evolve, adapt, extinct, they die over the meteor. I thought that was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like clever, nothing too crazy. Pop out with the little arms like a birth defect. Thought that was pretty fire. Performed it well. He's done these hands before. The sandcastle bar, which I think is really, really dope. Nitty did say it versus Kid Slade recently. That was another one I heard. But I just think that's clever minds thinking like two of the more out there writers in the game. But dump it, bucket on Holmes like a sandcastle. You flip the bucket for the sandcastle, and then the Randy Couture, as soon as he jumped out the cage, he became expendable. That was actually really clever with Randy Couture going to the Expendables movies. So I thought, it's a short third, though. That's the problem, is that's all I got. So that's obviously, although some clever lines, that's a very beatable third round. And his chest goes, or his Rex goes at the bottom of the third. He has the opener, to sold so much white, I lost melanin. Now listen, that got a huge reaction right there. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like, I know what he's going for, but if you sold white, wouldn't you have more melanin? You know what I'm saying? But I get the loose like reference there. But I think it's a cool bar. I don't think it's as fire as it was portrayed in the room. But then he is the Bronx lady, a Bronx Tale, that lady heroine. That bar was fire. The tug of war, either you pull back or you getting dragged. It was something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I like that. The killers like crocodiles giving you the side eye, and I think Rex is so good at little bars like that it's not like crazy. But when he's catching a flow and he's going back to back, like killers like crocodiles giving you the side eye, it's like that little clever shit to me really builds up. You get shot by a Crip Mac and the shooter is 5'5". I thought it's them pockets, man, and that's really the difference. And one thing is, if you have a close round with Rex, 9 out of 10 times, he wrapped it better than you. That's just the truth. Now, Rex's problem has been content, but in this battle, it's not too much of a problem for him as the battle goes on. They said he was on a spree well. He did do all the choking, the Latrell Sprewell choking. I thought that was fire. I thought the message was in the cookies, like the last dragon. And then he has this real talk portion after that just I mean, real talk, not really any interruptions from the crowd, not like too bar for bar heavy, kind of like storytelling in a way, which I know for a lot of people that people have gotten away from that in battle rap. Not a straight up story, but like a life lesson, right? And then he had this little word play with you, and he's like, now you know why I don't owe you any explanation. And then ends it off with that's what he needed to hear from a real man. You know, referencing back to the face off, that funny ass moment. But the third to me is close. But I thought this is the debatable round, and I thought it really came down to the fact that Rex hit that spree well, the last dragon bar towards the end, and for me personally, in a debatable, I think it's a debatable battle, but I edged Rex the third round, and I did give Rex the battle 2-1, second and third. And that is my full recap here for TRex versus Chess. I think it's a good battle. I think it was the best battle that ended up dropping out of all the Christmas drops. And I kind of said it already, but I think that Rex is the one who obviously benefits here from the small room. I think that second would have hit anywhere, so I don't know if it would have been just the death, you know what I'm saying? I think he would have lost clear, though. I think momentum would have carried. I think Chess, in many instances, is close here. I think the second and the third is close, pretty close content-wise. But I don't know. I think that Rex second might have just hit in the building no matter what, man. I thought the fundamentals, the angry fan bar was crazy, the tax time W2. So it was impressive for me to see Rex right uphill. But obviously, overall, I think the energy, the fact you just get to restart the battle. You know, he was going to lose that. He lost the first clear no matter what, but in that moment, the momentum, I think he got saved a little bit here. But with that being said, the content is the content, man. I can't lie. This is I think it's a good look for both, because I do think it's also a clean Chess. Some people said coming in, I think I heard it, the Verb might have said, but they're like, oh, rumors of Chess choking in multiple rounds are doing horrible. This is not a horrible Chess. This is by far the best Chess I've seen this year, as someone that's been a very harsh critic of Chess and has seen Chess do pretty horrible a couple times this year and going into last year. But this was a very good Chess, and it just so happens it is a very good TRex and extremely competitive TRex. And when you look at the Big K battle, granted, I think that people trying to give Rex that battle, I think K won that battle clear. You know, it's been my stance, but I've never denied that I thought Rex was really good in that battle. And then over here, obviously, I got Rex winning the battle after a couple watches. And I think usually rewatch factors, what's hurt Rex, like I talked about content-wise, I think sometimes he's a little outdated with the bars, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's got the delivery, he'll literally all metal like RoboCop, will say some shit like that. There's not really a lot of that in this battle. Even though he's got the trap talk, you know what I'm saying? He's got creativity, he's got some pretty creative punches in here too. Like he really made an effort with the wordplay and a little bit of the reference pool. And for that, I think it's debatable. I'm not mad at nobody giving it to Chess 2-1. I think that's a very understandable outcome. I even think for a minute I thought Chess Gentleman, I thought the second was debatable, but I really liked Rex's second. But that just goes to show this is not a clear battle either way. This is none of that. This ended up being a really, really good battle. I think the small room helped it for that. I just ended up having Rex 2-1. But I'd love to hear who you guys got winning the battle in the comments down below, and why do you have him win? And do you think that Rex got saved with the small room here? So let me know your opinions on it. But it's been Jay Small Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.